Well, I'm going to need to be able to log on to your machines as well. And so we're going to set up my public key onto your computer. So I'm Professor Allen, and I'm the instructor for this class. So this process really isn't too bad. We just have to, now we went through a process for you to copy and paste your public key onto your server so you can authenticate. Now we're just going to get my public key there, and I've got that set up to where we can bring it in automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and log on to my machine, onto my server. Again, if you're on, I'm on Windows using PowerShell, but if you're on the Mac, Terminal will work just fine. And so remember, I've got to get, if I want someone to be able to authenticate with an RSA key, I'm going to need to have that, their public key, into my authorized keys file. So just to review, let's go ahead and take a look at the .ssh folder. And we see that we've got this authorized keys file here, so I will nano authorized keys. And I've got the one key that I set up as my student account, but now I want to get the professor account key in here, and it will just be the next key here in the file. And so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this. That's Control X. And now I'm going to run the command to automatically pull that key from a location on the internet. And so that is just going to be curl. So I'm using curl. I am giving it the location of this file that is out there on this filedn.com site. So when I hit enter, we should see that that pulls that key. So this is Professor Allen's key, public key. But we don't need it just coming to the screen. We've got to get it going to the end of that authorized keys file. Well, I am in the .ssh folder, and so I'll go ahead and bring that command back. And to get it to append to a file, instead of just echoing to the screen, I'll put two greater than signs, which says append to that file, and I'll tell it the file that I want it to append to. So append to authorized keys. I'll run that again, and we can see that it came. Let's go ahead and take a look at the authorized keys file again. And now we can see that there are two keys here in the file. These are different keys. So one is my student authorization key, and one is my professor authorization key. And let's go ahead and exit out of there, Control X. That will give me permission to log on to your machine as the student user, but I would also like to be able to log on as the root user. And so to do that, we are going to actually elevate our permissions and become the root user. So to do that, we will again use elevated permissions, sudo, and then -i. That will actually change us onto that user. And now you can see I'm no longer student at this server, but I am root at this server. And so now I just need to run that same command again. But first I'm going to check to make sure that I'm in the root folder of the root user. So, or the home folder of the root user. So pwd will show me my present working directory. That's where I am. I'll change directories into the .ssh folder. Take a listing here. There's just the one file, authorized keys. Let me go ahead and take a look at that. And right now it's completely empty. I'll exit out of here, and I will paste in my command again and tell that to append to my authorized keys file. Looks like it's brought that in. Because it's easy, we will go ahead and take a look at that by going back using nano to take a look at that authorized keys file, and there it is. So now Professor Allen should be able to log on without needing a password, both as the student as well as the root user.